Hey ladies and gentlemen, Adrian here for Digital Dojos, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite applications, that is Audible, and an application that's made reading that much more easier for me personally. And if you don't know what audiobooks are, essentially they are exactly what they sound like. Uh, they are books that are read to you in audio format. They are books that are narrated to you, whether it is the author, which it is sometimes, whether it is a voice actor or multiple actors, um, somebody reading a book to you. Now, that may not be for everybody, right? Like, this is something that is, in my opinion, an easier way for me to digest books versus like sitting down and having to actually like read a book physically. I can focus on multiple things. I can be at the gym and listening to a book. I can be walking and listening to a book. And that's why I prefer it, and it makes reading that much more easier for me. Now, the service I'm talking about is Audible. You can see I've been a member for quite a while, and no, this video is not actually sponsored, though I wish it was because I am a huge fan of Audible. Fun fact, I had a previous sponsor with them like years ago before they were even purchased by Amazon and owned by Amazon. So if anybody's listening, I would love to get a promo code for my viewers at the least so that they could try it out, get some free credits and stuff like that. Anyways, the membership that I'm on and the way their tiers work are, if I can sign in here, are through... No, that's great. My password's not. There we go. Okay, their tiers work through the gold membership plan is a standard. That's $15 a month. You get 1 credit. That credit can be used on any book regardless of the price. The book can be $50. It can be $20. Your $15 a month gets you 1 credit to any book that you want. And those can roll over up to 6 credits. You can choose other plans. I was previously on the Platinum plan, but I was honestly just like rolling over so many credits, and I had so many books I was listening to that like I didn't need that many credits a month. On top of that, afterwards, if you choose to buy books outside your credit, you get a 30% discount, which is really great because you save a bit on whatever book you decide to buy if you like want to read more. And trust me, they have a huge selection through their library. There's just so many great stuff, whether it's like new bestsellers or old classics. Just really, really great selections. I'd be surprised if you couldn't find something. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the application itself here. You can see on the phone, I primarily use it on my iPhone here. You have the ability to choose between your cloud or your device, and what that basically means is a cloud is like the ones that you have in your overall library, so the ones that you may have not like download or listen to yet. So if you scroll down, you can see I have the down arrow here on some of these, and that means I can simply start downloading them to my device. Once they're locally on my device here, they'll show up in the device category, and as you can see some of the titles I'm listening to. Actually, the one I'm listening to right now is called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which I actually highly recommend. It's a really great book. But this has basic, shows you all the books, shows you the thumbnail. It also shows you the ability to see how many hours you have left in a book, as well as other information. If you click on the triple dots here to get book details, you can rate and review it, mark it as finished, so on and so forth. Now, beyond that, you have the ability to sort by title, length, etc. at the very top there. And then in your next tab here is your Discover tab, which shows you recommendations. And I think Audible actually does a really good job of recommending books based on like whatever algorithm they're using. I mean, they're an Amazon company now, so if anybody knows how to do that, it's definitely Amazon. The one thing I'll say about this is like the one fatal flaw in the application. I don't understand why this isn't like added yet. You can't actually purchase the books through the application. To actually add books to your Audible account, you can only do it through the website right now, which is like super, super annoying. I don't understand why they don't allow for it. I don't know if it's because there's so many books in their library and they don't want to build like a mobile version of that. I don't know. Anyways, that aside, the next and the main aspect of the app, of course, is the player itself. And I'll actually play just a little bit of it here so you can see what a book would sound like.
Horrible ways. But as much as this may upset us or disturb us, it ultimately changes nothing about the response.
So you get the idea. It's somebody reading to you, right? This is the player. You can jump between 30 seconds and 30 seconds back or forward. If you tap on the actual image there, you can jump between chapters. You can see and track your progress at the very top there, of course. At the very bottom, you have a couple options here. The narration speed, and you'll notice I listen to mine at 1.25x. Typically, I stay there at 1.5x. It's the rate at which it speeds up the person who's speaking and reading the book. This is useful because sometimes you get narrators who are a little bit slower with their cadence and you want to speed it up. Also, in general, I like it because it lets you get through the book faster. If you listen to a book at 2x speed, a book that would normally take 4 hours to listen to would take 2 hours to listen to. And that's just like the same cardinal rule as like somebody who reads like a certain words per minute. The faster you read, the faster you get through a book. So I generally at this point I'm more comfortable in the 1.25 to 1.5x range. It does take some getting used to, though. I'll admit to that. The chapters allow you to jump through the chapters. It is what it is. Though they don't give you any detail. They don't give you chapter titles. They don't give you anything like that, which I wish they would. And there goes a car alarm. All right. So you can just generally jump through the chapters if you want. The sleep timer, it turns off based on the interval you set, which is a really cool feature because I listen to books a lot before I pass out, and like I've woken up and like it just basically gone through the whole book. So it's nice to have that functionality. And then the clip feature is basically like a bookmark, or if you like to like write in the margins of your book, you can think of it as the same way. You can add a note, you can share that clip out if there's like a little, snippet that you really like about the book or whatever. In the top, you can adjust volume, you can go to AirPlay, you can choose to, go to the button-free environment, which is basically like you can use these gestures to swipe through if you don't want to be like using the actual buttons there. And yeah, that's the basics of the, player. The channels tab, which there you go, now it wants to work. Basically, this is like other content outside of books, like little podcasts or talk shows or whatever it may be. This is basically just them expanding their reach into other stuff outside of books. And then the more tab is just your basic like settings and profile you can adjust here. So you can adjust like the night theme to the light theme. You can, have it only download when you're on Wi-Fi, so on and so forth there. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I mean, it's straightforward, right? Like it shows you your books, you can listen to them, and you can see some of the books I'm listening to right now. American Kingpin, I highly recommend. My personal favorite is actually We Learn Nothing. That's like one of my favorites that I've actually that's my top book I've ever gotten on Audible. It's a collection of essays, and I'll leave some links down below to recommend some of my own personal favorites. Yeah, I'm just a real big fan of this audio format, and it makes learning, it makes reading that much more bearable for me. I wasn't originally somebody who ever was, like, when I was younger, I was a big reader, and as I grew, like, older, I think my attention span just kind of grew smaller, until I found out, like, audibly, that's the best way I learn, and ergo Audible. There's a lot of other services out there that I'm testing out. Script offers an audiobook service, but as of right now, in terms of the library, in terms of the plans, I'm just a huge fan of Audible and their selections. Love to hear what your thoughts are. You can want to check it out, sign up for a trial, try out the $15 a month plan, whatever it may be. Leave your own recommendations for books down below. I'd love to check those out. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and as always, head over to digitaldojos.com for more content. Thanks for watching.